This video is going to show you solo GM and how to easily farm it this week, which the weekly feature Grandmaster Nightfall is Birthplace of the Vile. Just a kind reminder, people, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, as it's super critical to the success of the channel. The weekly featured surges are as follows: Arc Surge and Void Surge. The weekly featured GM weapon is a linear fusion rifle, which Dornan has one also. The threat is Void, champions are Overload and Unstoppable, and Brawn, the modifier Brawn is on. Anybody who has never soloed a GM and wants to, this is your time to shine, because this is a fantastic modifier when we're soloing GMs and when you want to farm a GM for Ascendant Shards, exotics, for the weekly featured weapon, whatever your farming needs are. This is a video to show you how to efficiently do this. So we're on a Prismatic Titan. We're using Thunder Crash Super, Thruster Dodge, Frenzy Blade because we get 3 of them, Glacier Grenade for Darkness Energy Chunking. Aspects was Consecration and Knockout. Of course, Fragments was Facet of Balance, Purpose, Protection, Dawn, Awakening. Does anyone see the mistake? The mistake was that I missed Facet of Courage. So when I last played on my Titan, I was on Glacial Quake. Facet of Purpose is the play because you get Frost Armor when you got Glacial Quake, but I didn't have it. I had T-Crash, so I forgot to swap that off to Facet of Courage, which gives you increased T-Crash damage. It's not that big of a deal that I didn't have it on, but if I was running it back, I would definitely swap that out. That's what I should have done. Okay? Facet of Balance for what it states, great energy, rapid kills and stuff. Facet Protection for resistance, Dawn for radiant, Facet of Awakening for plus 10 free resilience, and an elemental pickup. It's a fantastic fragment. Alright, weapons. Exotic Ray Launcher, Witherhoard for Transcendence Energy, for light and dark. For Velocity Baton for light Transcendence Energy, and for Attrition Orbs Demo. The Slammer for Darkness Energy, but with Cold Steel and Eager Edge, which is the god rule for this sword, basically. And it will stun Overloads and Unstops. It's a very, very useful sword in this time. It's a very, very useful sword. Okay, build is as follows. A Red Dragon, what mod do you want? Why would you need to know the mods? My armor looks too good for me to even show you that. Here, look, I'll show you the mods. So mods are on screen. There'll be a dim link, but that's basically what we used for this solo GM farm. So as we start the run, we want to skim our way to the left-hand side and skip the first unstoppable champion. You will still get platinum rewards whether you just skip him or not. So he's a time save. Don't waste your time with that first unstoppable. You don't need him at all. Okay? So we're going to skim our way to the back side of the map. This is a quicker way of doing it as opposed to just doing it regular. We nearly fall off map here with our skimmer, but we're good. Our first goal is this: to get a Witherhoard shot and a Glacier Grenade down to stun this unstoppable, then a Consecration Slam, then we'll get Transcendence, which we're going to pop immediately. Our next target is the VIP behind us, which if we can kill him before these Overloads get here, that is brilliant, which we just about do right now. Overloads have pushed, we got froze, which can happen. And then we're just going to get a Consecration Slam down in mid to take down the tether point, because there will be a tether. Now, what it is, on my previous run, not my previous video, but my previous run, which was Inverted Spire, I stated about my issues with Consecration Slam. And what the issue is, I've discovered, is that I've actually got stick drift on my PS5 Pro controller, so I need to replace that, which I'm going to be doing that as soon as I can, because it's affecting my Consecration playstyle, and it's such a critical aspect to a Titan Prismatic that sometimes you'll see me sort of like try to crouch run type weird stuff going on, sort of teabagging myself somehow. When that's happening, I'm having an episode with my controller, so I'm playing this with a slightly faulty controller, and I'm still all right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that was happening. It doesn't happen every time. Sometime, you know, 3 or 4 times it happened where I was like, what am I doing? I need to get my Consecration going. Anyways, when we're capping the plate, we want to stand on as much as possible. I know that scribs are going to get us weak. The thing about that is, though, we're building up our Transcendence Energy as quickly as we can. With Glacier Grenades, Slammer will help us achieve that as well. And basically, as soon as we get our Transcendence pop, we need to pop it ASAP to basically collect this plate as quickly as possible. This is basically how you would do it. It means that you don't need to clear out all enemy spawns in this, because there's like 7 to 8 enemy waves. Look, we cap plate. Transcendence energy is a third, which is fantastic because we get a shackle outside. We will consecration slam the stalkers. Then we run to the right side. And we are going to deal with the first overload, which we have 1.5 consecration slam, no transcendence yet. So we need to look at building that up. Look at the amount of energy we got there by Slammer plus the Glacier. Then we get a stun on this unstop with 1 slam that we have there. Then we T-crash. T-crash is that's the best place to T-crash for this first section in my eyes. Then we use our Cold Steel Slammer to freeze these annoying corrupted raiders. These are more annoying than champs because they keep going in the floor, right? They keep messing you about. So slowing them like that's quite nice. Yes, spam your sword. When you're running a double special build, definitely spam your heavy weapon because when you get low on your special weapons, the heavy weapon kills will be a good chance of giving you a special break. However, I have special finisher build on, so when I get orb of power, left hand side, when I get a finisher kill, I will get special ammo. So this run is very consistent with special finisher, because if you run this without special finisher, sometimes you'll get the ammo and sometimes you won't. I know this because I personally ran a lot of Birthplace on special ammo builds, and I just think that what clears up any doubts is special finisher. So run it. Run special finish on this one. I highly recommend it. So you need to run in this room as quickly as you possibly can and stun the overload. He'll be in the middle of the room. That is only when you run in the room. If you don't run in the room, the overload jumps somewhere else. And then there's RNG elements. To stop the RNG element, you need to spawn kill him. In order to do that, it's simple. You run in the room like a valiant titan, like a very loyal titan, like a titan of the old Vanguard. And then you go in there and you're done. Transcendence clears out all the enemies. Now we're going to do the skip. Yes, you will still get platinum rank. You actually skip an overload. So I was wanting to eager edge over there, but I couldn't. For some reason, my frenzy blade wasn't activating. I guess because I just swapped from my sword to a gun, and it wasn't like procking frenzied blade to melee over there. So I had to T-crash. It didn't matter. I mean, I could T-crash this champ here, but look, I ended up one-cycling him anyways. Look, immediate kill. Whether I had T-crash or not, look, he's dead. So it doesn't really matter. I kind of like Prismatic Titan when we've got T-Crash because you can use it as a movement option rather than a DPS option. And you're going to see me do that coming up for a room, right? It's a room with an overload on it. And you can skip the entire room if you have T-Crash. That's why I like T-Crash for this. Okay, first plate cap is always top side, not bottom. Because bottom capture plates harder. We need to build Transcendence. We just about got it. There we go. We get it. We're going to pop out Transcendence. You bet on this plate. And we're just going to basically defend the plate. When the VIP comes out, you must kill him. Because even if you skip him, he follows you to the next plate. And if he gets one of those immune tethers down, it screws up your run. So kill him. He needs to be killed. Even though we're trying to, do this quickly, do still kill your VIP targets. At least the first one. The second one maybe doesn't have to be killed. You can get away with not killing them, but you may as well kill him while you're there. There's not really a time waste there because you're standing on plate anyways. You're capping your plate anyways. As long as you consecration slam both on your plate and hit the VIP, there's not really a time loss with it. So we need to look at getting light energy. Look at that. One Glacier, one with a Horde, give us my darkness. Then Baton finishes the deal. We get Transcendence. How quick was that? That was very quick. And now we just need to keep running around on my plate, right, while we do Consecration Slamming. We're waiting for that Bane. It is a shock Bane. It could be that it's a Drain Bane. It doesn't matter on this build if I'm being honest, because you're going to shackle him anyways. Then we just keep killing him with the Consecration. So, we're 650 in. We have capped this plate. We need to look at ammo. Ammo 69. So we're max on ammo. Special ammo is super healthy. So I'm really happy right now. I'm looking at my ammo stuff. That's really good. Whereas say I had 3 with a Horde and 5 velocity, that would be bad. So we're going to get double GL shot down. Then we'll do a Consecration Slam, which didn't do quite the damage. Generally, it will one-shot. That's okay. We did have Biotic Enhancements procced. But we'll finish him off with sword and finisher him. For special finisher, we may as well. We're topped up on ammo, look. clear corruption and then go through the portal. I've assumed I was going through it there. I was not, so I was running into a wall like a damn loyal titan. Here we go for the skip. So we run into mid, do one eager edge, then at the last possible minute, T-crash over to this overload here, which did not suspect it. Then we do a glacier grenade to stun because we didn't get a stun in midair with the jump from Witherhoard. Yes, it's a very hard shot to make. So try and Witherhoard, then T-crash in midair. It's hard to do. Like, it's very difficult to do. So, double overloads. We need to clear out double overloads. We are not going to pop Transcendence. The better Transcendence is to wait. It's just to wait 10 seconds, then do it. Because you want to get the most out of your Transcendence on this next section in order for you to deal with all of it. Here we go. So, Eager Edge over to the bridge. Double GL shots. We get Glacier down as well. Then we pop Transcendence. Then we can go in with our Consecration Slamming. Now, when you play aggressive like this, the VIPs will put Tether points down. When you're Consecration Slamming, you need to focus the Tether points. Like here, I've lost damage because there's 2 Tether points up. There's one behind him as well. Like, when you play CQC like this, very up close, the adds become more erratic and more Tether points will go up. I know this because when I do long range builds, which is more passive playstyle, Tethers are never as much of a problem as they are when you're playing close up. So try to make sure you Consecration Slam Tether points more frequently rather than focusing the damage, because it's not going to do the damage for you. It does not bypass Tether damage, but super does. But Consecration damage is not a super, and Transcendence is not super damage either, even though it's more powerful than a super, but that's not the point. So this is how the boss fight's going to go. We're going to get debuff on boss and T-crash the boss with Glacier Grenade, right? And our super, of course, for the massive damage. The Overload secondary. I don't care if I don't kill that Overload. My actual goal here is to do as much boss damage in a short space of time as possible. So we're going to get as many Witherhoard body shots as we can whilst we Consecration Slam to improve the damage. Because we want to send this guy away before our Consecration ends, to be efficient. That is my goal. So basically, for every phase, we want to T-crash and 1 Transcendence him. That is efficient. If you can get him in down off 1 Transcendence and 1 super, boom, you're in. That's why T-crash is so good for this. Because here's the thing with Glacial Quake. It's a very good super. It's one of the best in the game. But it's slow sometimes at what you want it to do. You need to slam 7, 8 times to get it to what you want it to do. Whereas T-crash is immediate damage. You know what you're getting with T-crash. So T-crash is the better play in this, as opposed to Glacial Quake, in my opinion, because you can do skips with T-crash as well, like I've showed you. So that's why I prefer it. So we skip the entire set of adds, but we kill Overload, of course. Now we're looking for the champ. The champ is the big wave, the big spawn. He spawns in middle, so we get a Consecration Slam because Consecration obviously stops Unstartables. Then we can melt him. Then we need to use a T-crash quickly with a Witherhoard debuff. Witherhoard's debuffed, then we super. Then we are looking to do a Transcendence pop, and we're looking to send the boss away. So boss is half HP. Tether is down. We need to get rid of the Tether, which we did. Right, so we've got a good shackle there as well, which is doing all the jolt damage. Boss is nearly sendable. We can finish him off with sword if we must. Right, we've got some sword ammo to use, but he's basically done. Look, there we go. So, we don't have T-crash, but we don't need it yet to skip this room in that same manner I did on the previous time that we did this, because I want my T-crash for the boss to finish him very quickly. So instead, we'll do 2 Consecration Slams on the left-hand side, just 2, that is it, just to keep our health topped up a little bit, right, as we run towards the Overload, which that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get double Overload damage on him, then we're going to do Cold Steel damage, actually. We're going to save our Consecration Slam. That's why I've done that. It's a tactical thing, this. So look, I've got 2 now, right? So I can back that up if I didn't have my Transcendence, but I'm going to get it now anyways, so that's okay. So look for Overload. He's the big spawn. So it was the big spawn here. So we're using a bit of sword damage. Right, we Cold Steel. He's done. we can finish him for special finishes. Say you were weak on special ammo, boom, you can finish your champ, get ammo, and then be back in the fight. That's why special finish is so good. For me, I was fine on this run, but it isn't always the case. We T-crashed the boss, right? Because it was a good time to super him. We get frozen. We've got Transcendence to finish the boss off, which we're just about done now. But that was a solo GM on this, on how to solo it for whatever needs you may need. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.